was the second time we've played that song. It officially became our campaign song this Saturday down at a Tillich gym. And as it was mentioned already, we had a phenomenal day on April 5th. That was the deadline to raise the benchmark amount of money for matching funds. Every dollar you raise, the state of New Jersey gives you $2 once you hit that trigger. And we had an amazing day. I'd call it a miracle, really. And we triggered those matching funds, and then they decided to tell us that the paperwork wasn't right, it wasn't filed in time, and our answer was basically this: well, yeah, we know. We had 200 donations come in just the last 3 hours alone, but all day, 8 hours from 9 to 5, we raised over $256,000 from people like you around the state. So we have been very unhappy with their ruling. They said, no, you raised the money. You did it in time, but your paperwork was a mess. And so they are suppressing, really, the point of matching funds is to make sure that a candidate has enough money and a message to prove that everybody else should hear it. We demonstrated that, we did that, so we're not happy with their ruling. However, they cannot deny the will of the people. The people are bigger than the establishment. They spoke on April 5th, and we will speak again on June 8th when we win the primary to go against Phil Murphy in November. And so, of course, we had that great day on April 5th, and what do you know? April 6th, the hits just started coming, and so that's why we selected that campaign song. They're just hitting us every which way, and they're saying we're hitting you because you have no chance. Well, they're hitting me because we are right over the target. And the people of New Jersey are speaking, and we're so thankful for your support. And so there's a lot of new faces in here tonight, and so I want to give you the message that you have not yet heard, the message that has brought people into this place. I appreciate those that have been involved. Mike, thank you so much for your efforts, and those that have already spoke, and I appreciate the support. And as you've heard, they've all said that there was a time when they heard our message. And all they had to do was hear it once, and they knew that we were the candidate that was going to be able to take the fight to Phil Murphy. And the message is this: what we're running on, and as a non-politician, I am a true political outsider. As a business owner, I have a small construction company, and I'm a third-generation real estate developer here in New Jersey. I have my business management degree from Villanova University, and from our business to the last 10 years also pastoring in deep blue Hudson County. We've got a real good cross-section of New Jersey families, and I believe that we are a very unique candidate, and because of my business background and my ministry background, we know what is plaguing the New Jersey families. And so the message that we're running on, we call the New Jersey Family ABCs, and it's family autonomy, family business, and family core values. And this is the message that is resonating around the state. And make no mistake about it, I am a right lane conservative. I am unapologetically pro-life, pro-gun, pro-medical freedom, pro-police, pro-Trump. I stand in the right lane, and I make no apologies about it. And a lot of politicians can't take these bold stands because they have political stock that they don't want to lose. Well, the fact of the matter is I don't have any political stock, and quite honestly, I don't want any political stock. That's right. I don't have any political stock. I don't want any political stock because I don't have to answer to special interest groups. I answer to God first, and every New Jersey voter second, and there is no third on that list. And so we're fighting for New Jersey families. And the family ABCs are this: family autonomy. This current administration does not believe in your front door, and it doesn't believe in my front door. The Murphy administration has kicked the front door off of our house, and they're coming after our children. They're coming after our children in the area of education. As an 80s kid, well, you know, Pat Benatar, hit me with your best shot. I mean, you know, I'm an 80s kid, and so the things that my sister and we learned at the kitchen table, this administration has taken those things off the kitchen table and they've put those things at the classroom desks. And those social issues that they're now teaching to kindergartners don't belong anywhere in our schools. They belong in the home. But Phil Murphy has taken that away from parents in New Jersey because they've declared New Jersey parents are not woke enough in order to teach their children the things that they want to. And this is something that's becoming a major problem. There's going to be no way out through this curriculum that they're pushing on our grammar school age children. And it's true not only in education, but also in medical freedom. This administration is going to see to it that our kids don't ever go back to school without a mandated vaccine. They pushed that 15 months ago. They did the same thing with the flu vaccine. They were going to remove the religious exemption. That predates coronavirus. We're kidding ourselves if we don't think that a mandatory vaccine is going to be in place by September. And listen, I hope I'm wrong about that, but I believe the Murphy administration has played their cards, and we know exactly where they stand on taking away a family's rights to medicate their children. My 4 kids are here, my wife are here, they're sitting in the back. And listen, my kids don't have anywhere near the recommended doses of vaccines, but they have more than 0. Do you know why? Because I'm their father and Jennifer is their mother, and we have had the liberty to make those decisions for our children growing up. And as Billy was speaking, he was talking to some of the little ones in here. Listen, there is a whole nother generation of New Jersey families right behind mine that they're not going to raise their kids in the same New Jersey that me and Jennifer raised our kids, and they're going to be mandated about what they inject in their children. We need to get Phil Murphy out because he doesn't believe in family autonomy in the area of education, in the area of medical freedom, and not in the area of discipline. The recreational marijuana bill came through, it passed on the ballot, right? So they made it a ballot question, but that wasn't good enough. They made sure that if a police officer caught my 13-year-old smoking weed in the park in our town, that if they brought him home and told me about it, it was a 3rd-degree felony on the police officer, not on the minor child who is in possession of illegal substances. And so they have done everything that they can to take away parental rights from education and medical decisions, and also in discipline, making sure our kids don't break the law. And it's true in the area of family business as well. Autonomy and business. 1/3 of all New Jersey businesses, small businesses, are closed because Phil Murphy, with his executive order, he declared who was a winner and who was a loser, because he said who is essential and who is not essential. Listen, if you put food on the table through your job is essential, and the government has no right to say otherwise. With the stroke of a pen and an iron fist, Phil Murphy has declared who was going to go financially broke, and who was going to not only stay open, but who was going to thrive and grow, because they were the only places open. We experienced that. As I mentioned, I have a construction company, and we do mostly residential work. And my business, my real estate company, the construction was deemed essential, and so it was relatively untouched. But our ministry in Hudson County, along with the rest of the faith community, was deemed non-essential and closed. And it was amazing to me, as soon as I read the executive order, before the ink was even dry on that, I knew that there was no logic behind it, because our church was closed simply because the banner over the front door said City Baptist Church. But it would have been opened and essential if the banner over the front door said City Liquors. And so we made sure we never closed our church. Not one in-person service was canceled. We never mandated masks, we never demanded social distancing, and we never capped capacity in any way. because we believe people have the right to choose what they want to do in the faith community and through every business community. It should be left to the entrepreneur, the business owner, the one who makes the decisions. But Phil Murphy took it upon himself. It's not the government's job to keep us healthy. It's the government's job to keep us free. And Phil Murphy has failed at that over the last 13 and a half months. And our family autonomy is under attack, our family business is under attack, and our family core values are under attack. And our founding fathers, when our great nation was established, they wrote about it. They said, we hold these truths to be self-evident. And they have been given, we've been given unalienable rights, and they've been given to us by God, they've been given to us by the Creator, and they are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And you know why they put life first? Because liberty and the pursuit of happiness are irrelevant if you're dead. And life is a core value, and this administration has no value on life. Sure, Phil Murphy will talk about the blessed souls, right? The stinking hypocrite who, with bad policy, sent COVID-positive patients into nursing homes, killing over 8,000. He has no value for life. He's killed our seniors and our veterans, and now he's got his signature piece of legislation that's coming through Trenton right now, and if it lands on his desk, he is going to sign it. It's called the Reproductive Freedom Act. And this is what it is, if you've not heard of it. It's basically an abortion on demand bill that is for a woman to be able to terminate a pregnancy for any reason at any time in the pregnancy. And as I mentioned, my 4 kids are here. We've been through the birthing process. We know a little something about it. My wife knows more about it than me, but I was there, and I was cheering her on. And so we know a little bit about the birthing process, and when the bill says at any time, it means it. Like after the woman's water breaks, and she is pushing, and the baby is coming, that woman in that moment can say, I can't raise this baby on my own. And it's at that point that baby's life can be taken. And you know who's going to pay for it? Each one of you is going to pay for it through New Jersey taxpayer dollars. The bill goes on to say that this abortion on demand can take place regardless of the woman's domicile. It doesn't matter where she lives. She doesn't have to live in New Jersey. She can be from Ohio or Oregon or Mexico or Italy or Russia. It doesn't matter. The way this bill is worded, any pregnant woman on planet Earth that does not want to deliver a child can come to New Jersey, and you are going to pay for that baby's life to be taken. That's an attack on our core values.
And that's in the bill.
And this is the message that we are bringing to New Jersey residents. And listen, you don't even have to be pro-life to be against something like that. You don't have to be pro-life the way I am to stand against a piece of legislation like that. And this is the message that we're sharing, and this is what is giving our campaign so much momentum and so much money and so much energy, because as I already mentioned, I'm a right-lane conservative, but these are not necessarily GOP red planks of a platform. This is for all New Jersey families through party lines. You know why? Because Democrats have kids that have not been in school for 13 and a half months, and they have anxiety and depression that is skyrocketing. Democrats have businesses. You know, Democrats, here's a breaking story. Democrats own restaurants too, and they're sick and tired of what Phil Murphy has done to their entire industry. So we are messaging through party lines, because we're not running on your standard GOP planks. We're running for all New Jersey families, the New Jersey family ABCs. Thank you for your time tonight. I appreciate your support, and I'm going to have George Nader just close it out here for me. Just one quick second. He's going to tell you about our financial situation right now. We need your help because of the matching funds being denied for paperwork. We cannot deny New Jersey families the right to hear this message. Getting our message out costs money. We heard a lot about freedom tonight. Here's a truth that we all know as you consider how much you're going to give. Freedom isn't free. We thank you for your help and your support.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Okay. So as you've heard from Mike and from Phil, on April 5th at Phil's house, which used to be the headquarters, an actual miracle took place. We raised the proper amount of funds to satisfy the state, and the state effectively stole from the Rizzo campaign $800,000 because he got on their radar. He knew that they knew that the people are behind him, and because of filing technicalities, they robbed this campaign $800,000, thinking that would put a muzzle on our campaign. What it did the opposite. Right. We're not stopping. There's no stopping. Now we are officially the We the People campaign. The night before we said, listen, if we get the funds, that's great, but if we don't, that's also good, because we're gonna make sure that everybody knows that the state of New Jersey is denying your voice. So here we are. We are the voice of the people, and we have been taking incoming fire from the establishment. I'm not ashamed to say it, from the GOP and from the Democrats and from Murphy. So if we don't get what we need from you people, we are not gonna get where we need to go. So I'm asking everybody here, one, we have the raffles. Please buy as many tickets as you can. I'm with the campaign. I don't want to hear it if I win because I bought 10 tickets. But please participate. Number two, I am asking you to get on our website, jerseyrizzo.com, and donate. Donate as much as you can, because if you don't do it, we cannot keep going. If you have two numbers in mind, the higher number is the correct number. So we have events that are coming up on March 25th. We have a very big event at the Trump International Bedminster, a fundraiser. We want you guys to be there. That's also a fundraiser. What I'm trying to say to you is what I've done 15 minutes after I met Phil. I heard his message, and myself and my wife maxed our donation, which by the way is $4,900. So any of you that want to donate more than that, we can't take it. We have to cut you off at $4,900. So please understand, this is the candidate of the people. We're not getting money from the state. We're not getting matching fund. We're not getting union money. We're not getting big donors money. We are just relying on you. So I am begging you to do the best you can do. God bless you. Thank you.
All right, so we have raffles tonight. Going to go on for another half an hour. I just want to thank a few people. Scott Lebedo for donating that amazing, beautiful. The original kit is worth $80,000. Imagine what that is worth. And get a picture with Scott tonight if you win the raffle. Right, Scott?
I'm going to get a picture anyway.
$100 picture. Also, we have a trip tonight to Las Vegas donated by my good friend from Casale Jewelers, the best jeweler I've met in my life. He's a Staten Island jeweler, but a New Jersey resident. Greatest guy in the entire world. We have an AR-15 raffle off tonight. We have liquor raffles tonight. Buy your raffles. Just remember one thing. If you're as frustrated with life right now because of Murphy, remember these words. The only way to get rid of the abnormal, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. The only way to get back to normal is to get rid of the abnormal. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Love this guy right here. I love Jordan back there, who was at the Capitol on January 6th. And I thank you all for coming. Enjoy your night. We have another hour. Get drunk, eat, have fun.